Into the round of 16 we go now over in the Conference League with some juggernauts entering the mix like Fiorentina, Ajax, Villa are in it, of course. Who will take advantage in the first leg? So we're going to get into all of that next. Prediction video today. We'll take a look at the round of 16 in the Europa Conference League. That's right, of course. First leg, who knows? But of course, before all that, we're going to take a look back at how we all got on in the playoffs. That's right. We're going to take a look at that in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. And if you're new, where you been? Smash your old subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Conference League is right here. Of course, we've got World Football, Rovers Football, all here under one rooski. So let's, of course, waste no more time and get into it. Recap of the results right here, right now. And I'll tell you what, I did pretty shitty this past week. So let's, of course, have a little look at it. These are the results from the last week. Starting at the top of the shop there with Ghent against Maccabi. Haifa 1-1. Final score on that one. I went with the 2-1 win for the hosts. Got it wrong. Aggregate, Maccabi Haifa go through. That's right. Meanwhile, but a glimpse against Ajax. 2-1 it was after extra time for Ajax. And they actually win on aggregate to go through as well to set up a mouth-watering tie against Aston Villa. Dinamo Zagreb, 1-1 final score in the night. I went with a 3-1 win. 2-1 it was on aggregate for Zagreb. They go through. Betis crash out. Meanwhile, Ludogorets Razgrad. They lost to Servette 1-0 on the night. Actually, 1-0 on aggregate. Got 0 points on that one. That's my booster as well. So, very, very bad for me. Meanwhile, Leaderboard also did lose to Molde 3-2 on the night. I went with a 2-0 win for the hosts. 6-2, of course. Molde go through. And they're in the last 16 as well. They'll be joined by Olympiakos, who won on the night against Fenerbahçe. I went with the draw. I went with the 2-0 away win it was for Olympiakos. Looks like a very, very poor home performance for a lot of these sides. Into the final two, we had Union Berlin 2-1 winners over Eintracht Frankfurt. I went with a 2-1 win for Frankie. 4-3, the Belgian side go through, and they're in the last 16. And they're going to be joined by Sturm Graz. Of course, 1-0 win on the night. I went with the draw. 5-1, of course, on aggregate for Sturm Graz. They're through to the next round. Got myself very, very poor 5 points. I'm actually very embarrassed about that 5 points. So don't look at the master leaderboard, but let's take a look at the playoff second legs. And Costas K with a 42. That's just how poor I was alongside Kevin. Me and Kevin did bad. Nico ZT also down there. But look at that Costas K. That's all it takes. One of those. And of course, you're right back in the thick of things. Hammond Jake up there as well. 37-7. Big score lines for them. And the overall grand scheme of things has Costas K now 352. Big mover to number one spot. 339 is Motta. Hansworth on 332. Non-mover. I'm down to 7. Poor. I need one of those though. I need one of those. And of course, we ain't got much time before those. So let's get cracking for those illustrious round of 16 first leggers. So here they are in all their glory. There is 8 of them. We're going to jump right in the deep end with, of course, the first one, which, of course, according to us, is Olympiakos against Maccabi Tel Aviv. So let's get into it now. These two sides have played each other twice since 2010, 1 win apiece. Of course, no draw so far. Olympiakos with a 2-1 win. It was their only win. Of course, they actually scored 2 goals in total when, of course, playing Maccabi Tel Aviv over the course of those 2 matches. The goal game on average. Meanwhile, Maccabi Tel Aviv also just a 1-0 win for them, scoring 2 goals as well over the course of those 2 games. There's a goal piece as well. Maccabi Tel Aviv unbeaten in the last 5, 75% form for them over the last 6. They are winning 4 in the bounce against the Olympiakos side, who won at least 6 games on the bounce. 100% form for them. They look pretty good at the moment. Now, these two sides did lock goals last time around in Greece. It was a 2-1 win for Olympiakos way back in July 2010. Olympiakos on the back of a 2-1 win over Panathinaikos. That was way back on the 28th of February, with Maccabi Tel Aviv with a 4-0 win over Maccabi Petah Tavaka in the top flight there for Israel. The odds for this one then, shall we? Olympiakos 6-5 on for the victory, 13-5 is the draw, 16-5 is your away win here. Smells like a home win. Going to go with the popular vote with a 2-0 win for Olympiakos on this one. Next up we go at Sturm Graz against Lille. Of course, Kamacha over in Austria. Now these two sides again have played each other. Never, of course, but Sturm Graz coming to this on 83% form for them right now. Unbeaten at least the last 8 matches against the Lille side on 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. They're on 50% form. They've lost the last 3 away matches in a row. So bear that in mind when you make your pick, including it does say the last 3 away matches in a row. Again, however, what I'm reading or what I'm seeing is that it does not reflect the last match was against Reims, which picked up a 1-0 win over Reims, of course. Meanwhile, Sturm Graz with a big 2-0 win over Tyrol over in the Bundesliga in Austria. But the bookmakers for this one, we have Sturm Graz 23-10 for the victory, 23-10 is the draw, 6-5 is your Lille. I am going to go with, despite this, a lot of misleading I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Sturm Graz. And of course, see if I'm right or if I am wrong on that one. So 1-0 win for me for Sturm Graz. What about you? Let me know down below. Molde from Norway up against Club Brugge coming at you out of Belgium. Never played each other, these two sides. Molde on 67% form for them right now, winning 4 of the last 5. Against the Club Brugge side, without a win in the last 3, they're on 42% form for them at the moment. They did lose to Union Saint-Gilloise back on the 28th of Feb. That was in the Belgian Cup semi-final. We were Molde's last match was against Leaderboard, so it was a big 3-0 win for them over in Poland, of course. They are looking forward to taking on Bruges in this last 16 sort of first leg. Bruges' next match is today. I'm recording this on Sunday, and they've taken on Genk, where they're expected to win that game. Meanwhile, of course, the odds for this one, we have we got what we're going to go so on for this one. We've got 7-4 is your Molde, 31-20 is your Bruges, 23-10 is of course the draw. It's going to be a trickier one. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Molde. That's right. Into the final 5 now. We've got the bit of a zing-zong here. Is Ajax. It is Villa. It is over at, of course, Amsterdam. They played each other just the one time, of course. That was a UEFA Cup match way back when. We'll talk about that shortly. Ajax, though, 42% form for them at the moment. Just 1 win in 6. In fact, they've just, 1 win in 6 for them. Villa, though, 3 wins on the bounce. 67% form for them right now, heading into this one, of course. That one and only match was a UEFA Cup match way back in 2008. It was a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. That was over at Villa Park. Villa on the back of a 3-2 win over Luton. Bit of a goal fest that was just yesterday, scoring 7 goals now in the last 2 games combined. Ajax on the back of a 2-0 loss against AZ Alkmaar in the Eredivisie. That was back on the 25th of Feb. They are scheduled to take on, I think they might be playing as we speak. But of course, we'll have to look back at that whenever we come back around, of course. Meanwhile, Villa are 20-30 on for the victory. They are favoured here. 4-1 is your Ajax and 3-1 is the draw. I think this is going to be an intimidating place to go. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Maybe Villa will win it in the second leg. Meanwhile, Maccabi Haifa are going to take on Fiorentina, of course, in Israel. Of course, play each other never. These two sides, Maccabi Haifa, 83% form for them at the moment. Of course, unbeaten in the last 7 matches. And in fact, they haven't lost any of the last 20 home matches up against the Fiorentina side on 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Just 1 win in 4 for them. 1 defeat in the last 5. Of course, they did pick up a draw against Torino. That was yesterday. Maccabi Haifa with a 2-0 win over Hapoel Al-Fayam in the Israeli Cup round of 16. That was, of course, midweek. But the odds for this one, 70-4 is your Maccabi Haifa, 6-4 on is your Fiorentina, and 30-5 is your draw. Let's go 2-1 win for Fiorentina on that one. Next up, we have Dinamo Zagreb up against PAOK Saloniki. Of course, coming at you over in Zagreb. Now, these two sides played each other twice since 2010, 2-2 for PAOK. Of course, we'll get to that in a minute. Zagreb, 83% form for them right now, unbeaten in at least the last 8 matches. Of course, coming at you up against the PAOK side, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They are unbeaten the last 3, including back-to-back wins. Last time around, they're over in Zagreb. It was a 1-0 win for PAOK way back in December 2010. That was in the Europa League Group D. Zagreb on the back of a 4-0 win over Gorica. They are taking on Osech today. They're expected to win that game. PAOK did beat Piraeus, of course, back on the 28th of Feb. They're taking on Alarina today over in Graz. The odds for this one then, we've got, what do we got going on here? We have Dinamo Zagreb, 65 for the victory, 23-10 is the away side, 23-10 is also the draw. Let's go 2-0 win. Zagreb taking the spoils. Into the final 2 now we go. It's Union Saint-Gilloise against Fenerbahçe, of course, over in Belgium. Again, these two sides, according to my data, have never played each other, but Saint-Gilloise on 92% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 7 matches. They haven't lost any of the last 17 home matches and have won 5 games on a row. Fenerbahçe, though, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them right now, of course, heading into this one. They did pick up a win against Hatayspor in the Superliga most recently. They are taking on, that was their most recent match, Saint-Gilloise picking up a 2-0 win over Odo Helve in the Junior League over in Belgium, of course. But the odds for this one, we're looking at Saint-Gilloise, 6-5 for the victory, 12-5, of course, is the draw, 11-5 is your away win. It is a tough old boots, this one, but I'm going to back the Belgians to cause some problems, 2-1 win for them on this one. And then wrapping up, it's Servette, it is Viktoria Pilsen, it is over in Switzerland, of course. Now, these two sides, according to my data, have never played each other either, but Servette on 92% form for them right now, winning 5 of the bouts, of course, haven't lost the last 6, and of course, have got a home unbeaten run of 14 matches. I think it's a Pilsen side, also on 83% form for them right now, 4 wins on the bounce for them, haven't lost any of the last 17 matches they come into this cooking with gas. They picked up a 3-2 win over Fenerbahçe over in their top flight. Meanwhile, Servette with a 2-0 win over St. Gallen. They've actually come into this on the back of 4 clean sheets on the spin. Of course, this one over in Switzerland, though, 13-10 is your Servette, 23-10 is the draw, 21-10 is your away win. Let's call it what it is. Going to go with a 0-0 draw on this one. So those are my picks. What about my booster and all that kind of jazz? Well, I'm going to lay down my booster on. I'm going to go with a surprise. It's a toughie, isn't it? It's a toughie. I'm going to go with a booster on Sturm Graz. It's a shocker. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to be bold on that one. Make sure you get your picks in as well for this, and of course the rest of the videos for this one over in the Conference League. It's been a bit of a tough old week, so I do appreciate the patience with me trying to get through these videos. But hopefully we'll be back in a bit more spring and after that next time around. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. Of course, as we look forward to the round of 16 second legs.